All right, awesome. We're recording. All right, ladies, thank y'all so much for jumping on and spending the night with us. We're going to try to keep this around 30 minutes, but it just depends. We get excited sometimes, and if you have questions, we want to be respectful of your time, but we also want to be able to answer all of the questions that you may have. So again, thank y'all for jumping on. My name is Christy Kynard, and I'm excited to co-host this with Ashley, and then we have a few other coaches that I think may want to speak and just share, so you can kind of hear from all different areas of coaching, from seasoned coaches to newer coaches and all that kind of thing. So Ashley, do you want me to go ahead and just kind of tell a bit about myself? Do you want to tell you about yourself, or?
No, go ahead.
Okay, well, as I'm rambling, okay, so I have been a coach since September of 2014. So what is that? Over 4.5 years almost. Before that, I just got married the year prior to, my husband's name is Jordan, and I was working full-time as a nurse, unfortunately night shift. If any of y'all work graveyard, it's awful. Props to you, because I felt like I'd been run over by a dump truck every single day, working 12 to 16-hour shifts. And I was working like 7 to 7. My husband was working 5 to 5, and like we were completely missing each other, like never seeing each other. And it stressed me out, because my love language is quality time, and I like affection. I like to be with the ones that I love, and I was completely missing that. And I was just stressed. I was anxious. I was having migraines. I was actually on multiple medications for like depression and stuff. And thankfully, I've always been into workouts my whole life. It was my stress reliever, but I would also go work out and then go eat pizza, and then I would just feel like crap all over again. I still stress eat. That's part, you can't just like do away with it, but being a part of this helps me continue to grow and be more mindful and intentional with those decisions. But to kind of wrap it up, in 2014 is when I became a coach. I was scared. I was clueless. I didn't know what I was doing, but I lived on YouTube because it's amazing. There's so many tutorials that are free at our disposal. And so I just dug in. I put my blinders on, and I fell forward, because every single day I was like, oh, did I say that? Did I post that? It was awful. It was a hot mess, but I was willing to do the work, because I knew that if I wanted to change how stressed I was, the current situation of being a nurse full time, and to really save my marriage that was dwindling by a thread, I knew that it had to start with me, and I had to make a change. So I was willing to fight and do whatever it takes. And I think that's really key here, just to share that if you're serious about growing a business in this coaching opportunity, you can't have a plan B. You can't say, oh, well, what if, or, no, you have to be like, well, even if I'm going all in, balls to the wall, whatever it takes, to provide for my family, to save my marriage, to take my family on vacations and not have to tell them no and stuff. And we're going to get into all that. But I just knew when I started, I'm a very competitive personality, but not always with everybody else. But you have to be competitive with yourself and being better than who you were yesterday. And even when you reach new goals, you have to continue to be willing to push yourself every single day and be coachable, and again, be willing to fall flat on your face sometimes, because that's the story that we miss. We see people succeed, and we're like, they're highlight reels, and we're like, we get caught in that comparison trap, and then we start beating ourselves up. Well, we're not capable of that, but the truth is, you are. Nobody's more skilled than you are. It's all about heart and discipline and being willing to put in the work, because we're going to tell you straight up right now, being a coach is not easy. So if you think that money's going to start falling from the sky for you to be successful, it's not, because it takes work. But I promise you, the harder you work, the sweeter the victory is in the payoff. Like, I know for me, I don't want stuff handed to me. I want to be like, dang it, I worked my tail off to get there. Like, that's way more rewarding to me to know that we worked for something. So that's me. Was it within 4 months? Insert legal disclaimer right here at the beginning of the call. No level of success or income is guaranteed. It's based on your own hard work, diligence, and skill. Okay, so within 4 months of being a coach, I was able to retire from my full-time nursing job. I matched my nursing income. Again, there was a lot of sacrifices made. I was determined to be successful. And so I just got ugly with it and went all in, and still learning 4 years later every single day, because things are constantly changing. The only thing that doesn't change is change itself. But that's what keeps it fun and exciting as we continue to learn and grow together. So enough about me. I will let Ashley tell a bit about her story.
I always love hearing your story because it fires me up so much. You're like 4 months. Oh my gosh. So whatever you think, if Chrissy's story blew you away, mine is the complete opposite. We are both, grateful to have worked hard to be where we're at now and not have to have other jobs aside from coaching. It's just such a blessing, but I'll keep this as brief as I possibly can. I became a coach. Are you ready for this? October of 2012. Was that even a year? Yes. It was so long ago. I just always loved health and fitness, and I worked in corporate America for a while, and I hated it. I hated sitting at a desk. I hated knowing that I was going to have to sit at a desk from Monday through Friday. I only really loved the evenings and the weekends, and that would lead to drinking a lot and eating a lot of bad food because I was trying to kind of wash away the stress of knowing that I didn't love what I was doing. So that was my life before coaching. And then when I actually met my now husband, we met randomly, and I ended up moving and leaving my corporate job and leaving my salary to be with him. And I started serving and bartending and making ends meet. And it's there that I met my coach, who is one of my best friends. And she was just working out and really healthy. And I was at a point in my life where I was not very healthy, but I still loved health and fitness. I actually taught classes in college. And I was like, if anyone was down to work out, I would do it. I just didn't have a system to actually do it consistently. So long story short, I started with the DVDs back in the day when there were DVDs, and I signed up to be a coach because I wanted Shakeology and I wanted the discount. That's why I became a coach. I did not work my business, guys, for a year, over a year. I thought I was working my business. I didn't really have anyone teaching me. I was just kind of playing around. So for those of you, maybe you're on the call and you're a coach who's just using the discount right now, or you're considering coaching and you're not one yet. There's no time frame in this business, right? Christy was balls to the wall out the gate and rocked it. I took my time because I didn't really know what I was doing. And then I finally got serious about my business in 2014, pretty much just a couple months before Christy became a coach. I went to my first annual event with Beachbody, and everything changed. And I committed, and I said, this is a business, I'm going to work for it. And I just really worked hard. Side note, Christy, could you mute? I think we got some background noise.
I'm trying. Hey, I think it's Miranda. Can you mute yourself? I tried to mute it, but she's on a cell phone. I can't mute it.
Okay. I saw Ashley, are you on? Could you press the mute?
It says I'm muted.
So if you swipe to the left, I think it'll. There you go. Perfect. Yeah, you're good. I just was hearing a little bit of feedback. Perfect. Thank you so much. So I got serious about my business in 2014. I committed. I worked my butt off. I actually had systems in place, and I started learning about trainings. I didn't have a coach in this business teach me what to do. I learned everything pretty much through my own self-training and watching other coaches do it and do it really well. To this day, I'm still learning. Just like Chrissy said, social media changes all the time, but you guys are all here because you all love being healthy and you want to inspire people. And this is why Beachbody is so amazing, because it gives you the vehicle to help other people. So just wrapping up my story, I am a wife and a mom. Our daughter is 19 months old. And in May of 2015, I retired from my other jobs. I vowed to never go back to corporate America again. If we ever had a kid someday, I wanted to be with my child, and that came true. And I was able to go full-time in this business. And when we say full-time, we mean full-time income, not necessarily 40 hours a week. We work less than that, which is pretty awesome. And I've been a full-time coach since then. I've built up a tribe of some of my best friends. I love the business. I even love the challenges because it makes me a stronger person. And so that's where I am today. Christy and I have huge goals for this year. We want to grow our team. We want to help our coaches find the freedom. And even if you love your job and you don't want to leave your job, coaching gives you options. That's what I always say. Who doesn't want options? Who doesn't want to pay off debt or to travel more or to take some time off if you need it? So that's my story. I love this business. I love what it's given me. I bought a house 2 months ago on my own with Beachbody. Again, income disclaimer, I worked my butt off, but it's so incredibly worth it. So before we jump into a couple common questions, I'm going to toss things over to my coach, Stephanie. So Christy and I have been in the business for a while, right? You're like, this is way over my head. I am just considering this. Stephanie signed up last summer. So she is still, guys, in coaching terms, she's still a newer coach. I tell my coaches, your first year, you're learning the business, you're going for it, you're making mistakes, you're learning what works for you. So she's a newer coach, and she is so awesome. She's so committed. She is in killer shape, and her daughter is not even a year old yet. So I want to introduce Stephanie. I think she's muted. You might be able to unmute yourself and have her just share a little bit about her journey as a newer coach. So take it away.
Hey guys, nice to see you all on tonight. Oh, excuse me, my voice is cracking. But yes, as Ashley said, I am a newer coach. I joined in July of last year when my daughter was just 3 months old. So prior to my pregnancy and having her, I was so into health and fitness. I do a ton of running, and I used to spend lots and lots and lots of time working out and in the gym. And after having a baby, I was like, whoa, I can't make it to the gym and do my 2-hour workouts anymore. I need something that like fits my life and something that I can keep consistent with. So when I joined as a coach, I was mostly focused on my own journey and getting back into my postpartum journey, trying to get back in shape. And I knew this was going to be a way to hold myself accountable, because I was like, if I'm putting my journey out there and sharing it with others, I'm going to show up for myself every day. And it has helped me not only lose my baby weight, I lost another 10 pounds. And now I'm just like, this is amazing. I want to pay it forward. So I've started really working my business, and Ashley and Christy and just our teams in general have had so many like training opportunities and the opportunities to just learn so much that you're never alone trying to figure out this business. You have a support system there, and the community has just been incredible. I absolutely look forward to our team calls are on Monday nights, and it's just like something I look forward to all the time, and getting to see the girls, whether it's virtually or in person, it's just an awesome community to be a part of. So that's what I've got.
Thank you so much, Stephanie. And we'll just jump right into the other topics that we have. Really, we don't have this being super structured. Christy and I just kind of brainstormed, like, what are the questions we get? What are the objections, or, the confusion that sometimes arises between this whole starting a business in Beachbody coaching or fitness coaching, however you want to refer to it. So what I'm going to kind of do is just toss a question over to Christy and have you explain it a little bit more. So a lot of times what we hear is, well, first off, it's who can be a coach. We get a lot of questions like, do you have to be a professional or certified or whatever? So Christy, who can become a coach?
Awesome. So yeah, I do. I just, like last week, somebody asked me if there was like some type of certification or something. I guess they affiliate it with being a personal trainer, which I was actually studying for my personal trainer when I heard about this. So I was like, no, for months. But now, 2 years later, I actually dropped my personal trainer license just because it's so limited in the scope of practice. And then again, I'm like, Ashley, we're trying to build our family, so I want to be home. Like, I want to build my own hours. I'll be traveling to and from the gym, and taking that much time away from my family. So the truth is, there is no certification requirement, nothing like that. You guys, literally, if you have the heart and the passion for bettering yourself and the willingness to share that with other women so that they hopefully too will be inspired to make that change. Like, I hear people all the time say, oh, you're so motivating. I'm like, great, but what are you going to do about it? Like, I want to inspire other women to take those next steps to change their life, because I promise you, there's nothing more invigorating than building confidence in yourself. Coming from a history of some serious depression and not believing in myself, thank God my husband and this opportunity has built that and instilled it. And I promise you, the person that I am right now talking to you, I would have never ever in a million years dreamed that this is what I would be doing. I was so insecure, so like would hide my face, like I hated it. I was so like a major introvert. But this has changed me, and it's amazing that it's built the confidence and the character that I have today. So, to make it simple, it's you have to believe in yourself and want the best for yourself and be willing to put in the work that it takes to get there, and not just keep sitting on the sidelines waiting and wishing and hoping for more. You have to actually take that step, you guys. And I promise you, it's all about heart, but it's about the hustle too, because it's not just going to happen overnight, whether it be talking about your fitness or building a business and an income. It's a daily thing. And it's really, we overcomplicate it because it's simple steps. It's simple what we do, but it does take some time, and the willingness to be coachable and learn and grow. So that's the brief thing I have about it. Ashley, do you want to add anything to that question?
No, I think you said it. Actually, that kind of ties into the next one. If you're okay, if I take away, what if I'm not at my goal weight or goal size? Because I think that ties in really well. I just got someone, responding with that to me today. And she's like, well, I wouldn't be a good coach because I'm not even really at my goal weight. And can I just say, I don't think a goal weight or a goal size is a thing, because we're on a fitness journey. So if you reach your goal weight, what are you going to do? You're going to put your feet up, eat Cheetos? This is a journey. So we have ebbs and flows, we go through life changes, and we're always on the journey. So who can be a coach is someone who's ready to put themselves first. That's who can be a coach. And whether you're 400 pounds or you need to gain weight, you can be a coach if you're vulnerable enough to share your heart and share your journey. And if you do that and you're true to that, I promise you the people that you just love will come into your life. I've seen it happen with myself. I've seen it happen with my team. And that's who can become a coach. So I would say, even if you're not, and I, trust me, never have goals to have 6-pack abs. That's just, I like pizza too much. But I encourage you guys, if you're looking in the mirror and you're like, but I want to change this and this, and I'm not this yet, you need to, number one, work on self-love, because it's okay to want to have change things in your health and fitness, but you got to love yourself. You got to work on loving yourself and having confidence. And that's a huge part of what we do as business owners, is personal development. So that goes hand in hand. But if you are willing to put yourself first, if you're willing to draw a line in the sand and say, I know this journey isn't going to be perfect, but when I fall, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to take people along, and they're going to watch me change my life. You can be a coach. And not only that, you can be an incredible coach, because you have this built-in accountability now to not quit on yourself for the umpteenth time or whatever your journey has been. All you need to do is put yourself out there. Yes, it's scary. Yes, there are some social media weirdos out there, but we're given social media to me as a gift, because I can reach and inspire and motivate people I never would have met in my life had I grown up in the 50s. This is such an amazing thing to connect us as humans and to connect us as women empowering women. So good job if you're not at your goal weight. All you have to do is draw the line in the sand and know that you're ready to make changes. That's going to take work. That's going to take time, but you're not going to quit on yourself this time. That's what I would say if you say you're not at your goal weight, so you can't be a coach. So Chrissy, if you...
Yeah, there's just a couple of things I want to say that you sparked my mind on. First, like you said, there is no final destination. You reach one goal, well, you got to keep fighting, you cannot become complacent, because the second you do, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. So you have to keep fighting. There's always going to be room for more and more improvement. It's a journey. It's a lifestyle. This isn't a fad diet, which society typically leads to. No, as she said, she likes pizza. People know me for donuts, you guys. As a coach, it's important for you to know and to realize people are not expecting you to be perfect. Perfect is not relatable. So you have to be real in sharing your struggles as well as your success. Say you binged one day, it's going to happen. You're real, you're human. You share that, but you also put that positive twist from what you learned. And hey, let's get back on track together. We just came out of a holiday season. That's a hard season. I know I had me some extra goodies. That's okay, but let's get back on track together. It's not about being perfect. We're not the experts. The super trainers are that, and we just help people. We relate to their struggles, whether it be emotional eating or self-doubt. And as she talked about self-care, especially as women, we are typically the caretakers. We like to go and do for everyone, which is great. But if we're burning the candle at both ends, we're going to burn ourselves out and be anxious and overwhelmed, which is a choice, you guys. So self-care is not selfish, it is essential. And that is where you build that character and that confidence in yourself. And as Ashley said, the more confident you are in yourself, it's amazing the compound and ripple effect that comes of that. For my marriage grew tenfold, with my parents, with everyone around me, because whether you want to believe it or not, how you talk, how you portray yourself, even how you text, people can read your emotion. So it's so key to build that up. But that's all I have on that.
All right, awesome. Well, I think let's just jump into the next point. Is we get a lot of questions and hesitations about using social media. So people, they see you have a very awesome, huge following on Instagram, but what if someone's starting out and they're like, well, I want to get into this business. I'm ready to work out. I'm ready to put myself first, but I don't have a social media following. I don't have anyone on Facebook, and I have 0 followers on Instagram. So what would you say to someone who's wants to kind of think about it because of their social media experience or background?
Nobody starts at 30,000 followers. Everybody starts at ground zero. Like I did. Like I was one of those people, like, again, I told you 4 years ago, I was stalking everybody else. I wasn't about to put no selfie on social media. I wasn't even going to take pictures of myself. So, it was overcoming those limiting beliefs and my fears and just taking, like, we take time every single day, not a lot of time. If you are easily distracted, you set a timer 5-10 minutes and you find new people. You grow your network because you will tap out of your warm market very fast. And that is when we see coaches leave the quickest, because those first 1 to 3 months, you're excited, your friends and family, oh, they want to join you. But then when you tap out of that and it comes 3+ months, you have to be growing your network every single day. And I know a lot of network companies do this, but there's a better way to do it. We're not just friending people and be like, hey, I saw you on my suggested friends and thought I would add you. I'm just not this representative. No, we don't do that, you guys. We are forming relationships. We're not just selling a product. Yes, we do. We are in network marketing, but that is not our focus. We are sharing our stories and we are building relationships along the way. And that has to be our focus and our mindset, because if you think, oh, I'm selling, which you are, you started selling when you were a year old, by the way, trying to bribe your parents into something. So we're all a salesperson, but it's, if you're telling your favorite restaurant or book, you're selling something, you're sharing what it is that you love and you enjoy. That's the same thing. And you have to take that, it's all in the mindset and the way you perceive it. But we all start from zero. You just have to be willing to grow your network, whether you do that yourself or you delegate it, because this is a business. You have to be willing to treat it like a business. So you have to invest back into it. But starting off, you just have to set time. You have to have a schedule, and that be one of those simple steps. It's not hard to do, to add new followers, but so I just added every single day, and it got me to where I am now. And when you're being real and relatable, that's going to grow those genuine connections as well. So
awesome. And I would say too, it's more about the quality of your network than the quantity, especially now as social media is changing. Like you could have a couple hundred followers, and if everyone is super engaged and commenting and following your journey, you could have way more of a successful relationship building business than someone who has 10,000 followers and they're all random people that aren't even looking at their stuff anyways, right? So the rule of social media is engagement. Connect with people on a human level. And like Chrissy said, I think if you come into this business knowing it's a business, knowing it's work, and knowing you can be coachable because you want what's on the other side of that hard work and that dedication and that long-term vision. I just did a post today on my Facebook page that said, work how most won't, so that in a few years you can live how most can't. We have seasons of hustle. Christy was busting her butt as a nurse. I was working 3 jobs, planning a wedding, starting a coaching business back in 2013, 2014. It was hard. I'm not going to say it just comes to you and it's rainbows, but the work is so rewarding. If you can be coachable and work hard and have long-term vision and just do the stuff and learn as you go, it's so worth the ability to have, this is the life I always wanted. I wanted the freedom. I wanted the flexibility. I didn't want a boss telling me when I could and couldn't take vacation. I want to live on my own terms. And that's available to each and every one of you. It's just comes through a lot of hard work. So most people don't do the work. But the great thing is the work is so rewarding. So yeah, I totally agree. Don't let anything about social media hold you back. We are learning every day about social media as well. And we've been doing this for 4 or 5 years. So you are not behind. So the just a couple more points we wanted to make sure we address with you guys. Chrissy, are you okay if I take the return on investment, how quick of an ROI? Okay, because we both have very different situations, so I think it'd be interesting to hear. So ROI, return on investment. If I sign up, if I dive in with what we recommend is a challenge pack, we get to try our workout programs, try our nutrition plans, create your own story through using our products. That's what's going to establish trust with the people that are watching you. How soon will you start making money? And this is such a loaded question because it's your business. I can't say, well, by month 2, you'll be making this. And by month 3, it's all what you put into it. We give you all the tools, all the resources, all the support, but we're going to work with you if you're showing up and doing the work, right? I always say, I'm not a stalker. If you don't want to work this business, I'm not going to be knocking on your door. I want to work with the people who understand their vision and want to work hard. That being said, we have a system every month called Success Club. And I think the easiest way to judge how you can earn an income is by achieving Success Club, meaning you help at least 3 new people get started on their health and fitness journey using one of our products and programs. So if you help 3 people every month, you not only will have all of your costs covered, which you actually only have to pay a $15.95 monthly website fee. That's the only thing that's required as coaches. We only purchase what we personally use. I use Shakeology and Energize and Recover because I absolutely love it. But if you're using the products, you're going to earn a 25% commission of anything that anyone orders from you. Now that's great and commission's fun, but obviously commission is not going to build a six-figure business, right? I'm not hustling my brains out trying to help 100 people a day. Where the real income is when you decide you want to build and train your own team. And I know that can like blow your mind right now because you're like, I wouldn't even know how to train one person. But it comes with learning more about this business. And there are so many resources that are already available to you. If you would sign up tonight, you would have everything you would need to train a team in your back pocket in our coach office. Not that you would need to learn everything overnight, but everything is available. And you have to have that vision if you're looking to build financial stability and really build team culture, okay? So if you're still with me, you get a commission whenever someone orders something from you. When you begin to build your team to 2 or more people, you get to start to begin to earn what's called a team cycle bonus. So every week, if your team is helping people, and that's why this is not a pyramid scheme. I know we get that question a lot. Pyramid schemes are 2 things: illegal, and only the people at the top make money. My top coach signed up 2 years after me, and she makes, I think, more than I do. Like, it doesn't matter when you sign up in the business. Again, it matters your effort and skill, right? If your coaches are reaching their goals, that's the only way you can reach your goals. I'm not sitting in a glass office watching everyone. I'm in the trenches with them. So because of building and training a team and helping them change lives, you can earn what's called a cycle bonus, which becomes your nest egg. And that becomes much more gradual, sustainable, ever-growing income. So if I just confuse the heck out of you, it's hard to say exactly when you'll have an ROI. Like Chrissy said, in 4 months, she left her full-time job. That's amazing. That's insane. That was not my experience. But when I committed to my business 1.5 years after signing up, it took me 11 months, and I was able to leave my other jobs and go full-time. I was making more than my 3 jobs combined when I felt confident to walk away from them. So everyone is different, right? But you have to understand that if you can decide that you're going to help at least 3 new people every month, you'll be making money by month 2 because your initial costs are going to be covered. That's what I got. Christy, do you want to share yours?
Yeah, I know you just blew their mind, because when I heard about cycle bonuses and everything in the beginning, like, I know my eyes are like saucers, and I still, like, there's really so many different ways to earn that it's still, even after 4.5 years, I'm like, what, you know? So initially, as she said, you're going to see that commission, which you receive 25% or more if it's challenge packs, which is the bulk of what we sell, because then it gives the customers and the new coaches the best for their money. It sets them up for the best success. But there's no reason why you shouldn't hit that first milestone ASAP and going Emerald and earning those team cycle bonuses. Like, I signed up my husband and my sister right away. They hadn't wanted nothing to do with building the business, of course, but they did it to support me because they loved me and they knew, like, I believed in this, so they believed in me type thing. But yeah, my very first, like, we called it like our coming out post, and that's like sharing about what it is we're doing. But then again, you have to remember, this is about you. You are your brand. Beachbody is not your brand. There's 450,000 coaches, so what sets you apart? And I know that's a lot of coaches, but there's also over 2 million people that are like overweight and obese. So I promise you, the market is not saturated. Everybody needs some of you in their life, and there's something specific that sets you apart from the rest of us. And when I did it, I was like a walking billboard. It was awful. Like, I look back at my picture, like I literally had 21-day fix on my, like, written on the thing. But you know what? And then that's what we tell our team. You can't say the wrong thing to the right person, and you can't say the right thing to the wrong person. So you will attract your tribe. No matter what you say or do, you know, you will mesh with those people. And it's a beautiful thing that you had the power to choose who your tribe is. You choose your coworkers, who you surround yourself with, and choose wisely, because you spend a lot of time with them and they can either uplift you or tear you down. And we have an amazing community here. We didn't even tell y'all, Ashley and I are not even on the same team, but we've run these calls and these trainings together because we have formed a sisterhood, and like, we love it. We support each other, and we're not even benefiting from each other. Well, mentally, emotionally, yes, she is my rock, so we do. But like, financially, we don't, you know, benefit from each other. So it's just amazing that we've come together through this community, or else, you know, we might not have ever met. And we're all over the US, UK, and Canada. And I think there's going to be a big announcement soon that we're going somewhere else. but yeah, like my very first, we as coaches, I don't know if you know, we actually get paid every single week, which is, God, I love it. I always was told before that is really hard, that it's easier, like spend more money and not manage it. But man, every single Thursday, today was payday, and it's a beautiful thing, and it's direct deposit right into our bank account every week. And like, it's truly like, with me and my husband in the middle of an adoption, like, that crap is expensive, y'all, like crazy. Nobody should have to pay 30 grand for a baby, but we're doing whatever it takes to grow our family. And thank God for this opportunity. As Ashley said, I'm going to be home. I'm not going to miss out on those first steps, or I'm determined to make my child say mama before dada, or, but I'm not going to miss out. My family, this is a family first opportunity, to where we're not slaving away and missing out and having to ask for time off or sick time. And we've traveled, like, this is definitely not to boast or brag, but just to say what is available to you. Like, I'm just going to be 30 in a few months, and like, we've been to the Caribbean like 7 or 8 times. Like, people my age don't do that, but it's because of this opportunity. Like, we travel and we love it. Like, but me and my husband, we both grew up not doing that, so we've made that commitment to ourselves. And when we have our kids, we're going to continue to do it. People tell us we won't, and I'm like, watch me, so the sky's the limit. Like, you are your only limit. You are capable of anything if you're willing to put in the work. Like, my very first paycheck as a coach was $300 in 1 week, which was double what I spent to get started. Like, you guys, because like Ashley said, you spend only for what you need, your own products. Where a lot of companies, I know there's like major startup investments, and like they're stockpiling all this stuff in their home. We don't have to do any of that. We get what we need. And that's crazy. We have an amazing customer service. That $15.95 business fee is actually waived in your first month with your challenge packs. But then after that, like, that's what our customer service, like, they do all the shipping and handling of products. I promise you, I'd pay way more than $15 to not have to stockpile, like, for them to take care of all of the dirty work for us, So it's pretty amazing, you guys. But that's all I have on that.
Yeah, I love that. And we just have 2 more things we want to mention. But before we jump into those last couple things, like, I always make the analogy, like, my sister is one of my best friends. Her and her husband fulfilled their dream of opening a microbrewery. It's actually like not, 'cause it's huge. It's in Philadelphia, and they are doing steady. They opened last April, but they are in millions of dollars of debt to investors, which is okay, because that's what they knew they were going into. And every time I talk to her, she is excited, but there is this undertone of stress because they have everything in this business, literally everything. And I know they'll be successful, but at the same time, I'm like, man, I have this business. I earn 6 figures in this business, and I don't have a contract. I don't have a cancellation fee should I walk away from it, which I never will, because that would be the stupidest thing ever. And I pay $15.95 a month plus whatever I personally use. And that's just insane, because I don't have this stress. My biggest stress is, oh man, I didn't hit my goal today. What am I going to do better tomorrow? It's not, I got to pay back these investors because I got to make this work. And if you guys are showing up on this call, you do have that mindset of like, I know I can do something more. And that's why you're here. Otherwise, you wouldn't have made your time on a Thursday night to listen to us ramble. So just keep that in mind, that you can do anything. You just have to work hard. And the great thing is, not many people are going to work hard, because you know why? There's a lot of room up top. People are waiting for you. Like, the hard workers are waiting for you. If you're not a hustler, you're not going to get there. But if you do, it's a wonderful level of living where you worked hard for something and you keep showing up. So the last 2 things we wanted to address is what's the time investment and what's the cost investment. And I'll take the time investment real quick, Christy, if you want to talk about cost after. But time, again, it's one of those things where I don't know your schedule. We all come from all walks of life, all families, moms, wives, full-time workers, students. You know your life and you know your schedule. I would say, this is bold, but everyone has time to be a coach, because you get to work in the pockets of time that you make. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day. So don't tell me that a coach that has 5 kids and works can build a business and you can't. You can do it. You just have to be more organized, and you have to be more intentional with your time. You own your time. Don't make it the other way around. So if you have pockets of 15 minutes, you can start to build your business. If you have overall in your day 1 hour, 1.5 hours, you can build a business. If you want to dedicate 2 hours on a Saturday morning and work a little bit harder, you can build a business. You can't build a business if you say you're going to do your work and you never show up to do your work. The hardest thing about this business is you don't have a boss on your shoulder saying, did you connect with people today? Did you post? Did you do this? We have, Christy and I lead an accountability group that does keep us on our toes, but we're still not your boss. We're just here to provide you extra accountability. So the short answer is you just need the amount of time that you can realistically dedicate to starting a business, knowing all your other priorities. You do not cut into family time. You have to have your non-negotiables. And if you live by yourself, you have to have yourself time. But you also cannot neglect your business and expect it to grow. All right. So any amount of time that you can dedicate, if I want to throw a ballpark out there, an hour a day to start off. Christy and I do this full time, but again, as a full-time coach, we mean full-time income. I probably work 3.5 hours a day, maybe 4, depending on, my husband works from home as well. I retired him in 2015 at the end. He actually lost his job, which I don't talk about a lot. But when he was searching to go back to a full-time job, I was like, you don't have to. We're doing okay. So he started a business in woodworking, and we both work from home. So we tag team our daughter. We watch her all day long. I work while she naps. I work out while he feeds her breakfast. I'd have to say 3.5 hours a day probably. So time, everyone's got time. You just got to work for it. So Chrissy, last thing is, what's the cost?
Okay, so we kind of hit on this already, but what we suggest, is a challenge pack. That's going to be your fitness, your nutrition, and support. And with the challenge pack, there's typically a $40 coach initiation fee, which I never encourage anyone to start up that way because, one, you're spending $40 and you're not being a product of the product, which is one of our vital behaviors. If you want to be a successful coach, you have to lead from the front. So it's important that you are committed to a program and sharing that. I'm not saying you're not going to have cheats and slip ups and stuff like that, because you are, but you have to lead from the front. You can't try to encourage someone else to do something that you're not doing yourself. So with the challenge packs, that $40 fee that I was talking about, it's actually completely waived. So you would get your first 30-day supply of Shakeology and or your performance line, which Ashley talked about is our pre-workout and post-workout, which I too also use those. You can even do bundles like Mega. Of course, the more you add to it, the more expensive it'll be up front, but it's actually the more savings you're going to save like throughout the month. And so you would choose your workout program, which most everyone, we're starting Transform 20 on Monday. So that's huge right now. 20-minute program. It goes back to the time. You don't have time, that's a load of crap. Whatever is your priorities, that's what you're going to make time for. If you're binge watching Netflix or something like that, we're going to make the time for what's most important. So you get your access to your workouts, whatever that be, BOD and the new Transform 20. Of course, they do still have some old school DVDs, but we're well past that now with technology, your Shakeology and our performance line and more supplements if you so choose, plus your support. That's access to everything as far as our challenge groups, where we're going to focus on our health and fitness, our fit clubs, and our coaching teams, where we provide you all of the training. I know Ashley and I have new coach training modules that we share. We also have these accountability groups that she just said, and that's where we're working with a select few coaches right now who really want to push and want to grow their business and build an income for their family. So we provide all that, but ultimately you must know, even though we're here by your side every step of the way, you are responsible for your own success. Like Ashley said, you have to put in the work. You have to show up. It sucks sometimes. The hardest thing as a coach is wanting more for somebody else than what they want for themselves. Because like my husband tells me, I wear my heart on my sleeve. I'm a very, very passionate person. I'm very positive, and somebody else tell me, oh, I want to do this and this, and I'll get so excited. But then he's like, pull back the reins. Let them prove to you that they're going to do. So, we have to be willing to work with the working and be mindful of our time. And, but we want to see you succeed. Your success means as much to us as our success does. Like, I get excited when my coaches are like, yeah, I signed a coach, or say, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's awesome to feel their passion and believe in themselves. Like, that means the world to me. So yeah, getting started, it can be as low as $140 for a very basic challenge pack. You guys, we're talking about building a business from the ground up for as low as that. And our Transform 20 this month right now, since it's brand new and we start on Monday, it's on sale, $20 off. So it's $160 unless you get the step, which is your little toy here. Who doesn't want this thing? Oh my God, that's so heavy. But who doesn't want that? So it's like $215 for all of that. Well, unless you get more products and stuff. So it's really dependent on where you are with your health and fitness goals, what you want to be able to share. Again, just being willing to start where you're at, believe in yourself, make the investment, because again, it is your business. But it's a beautiful thing because you can start earning right away. There is no time frame there. But yeah, that's what I got on cost investment. Did you have anything on that, Ashley?
Awesome. No, I think you covered everything. I was just double checking our agenda, and I know we're at about 40 minutes, but I really I think everything needed to be said. I think we needed to throw everything out there because there's one thing that Christy and I talked about for this year, and we're not going to pull the wool over anyone's eyes. I know a lot of times people see glitz and glamour and make money, and this is all fun and games, and we just want to be real. This is by far the most rewarding thing I've ever done aside from being a mom, and it's the hardest thing that I've ever done aside from being a mom. It is very challenging to be your own boss, but at the same time, as hard as it is, that's what makes it as amazing as it is, because every day I get to wake up, I get to set my schedule, I get to set my day. We, again, like Christy said, growing up, we grew up with a single mom of 3 kids. We didn't go on vacation. We went to the beach maybe once every 3 years, and that was a big deal. My daughter has a passport. She's a year and a half. We have been out of the country. We've been doing things that I'll be 31 in 2 weeks that I never thought I'd be able to do at this age in my life. And it's just very, very, very humbling to look back and say, wow, I've been able to create that and create that life for myself and my family. And that is worth, I don't care who you are, that is worth any amount of hustle that you can put forth to not only build a business to help your family, but to help so many other women do the same thing. So that's all I got.
And talking about the trip, because I'm excited, and it's we're 2 weeks away now, how Ashley talked about Success Club, and we're talking about trips. Some of these, you guys, are all paid for through Beachbody. Where are we going on the cruise this time? It's in March. I don't know where we're going. Where are we going?
We're stopping in, I think, Haiti and the Bahamas, I think, to double check.
So it's it's a 5 or 6 day, and they do Royal Caribbean. Sorry, no offense, Carnival, but I've done both, and there's no comparison, you guys. They get the biggest ship, what is Oasis of the Seas, and it is nothing. The whole ship is Beachbody coaches. We're talking about 4,000 live workouts with all the trainers. It's just it's a celebration, and where we all get to come together, I promise you. And then our Coach Summit annual event, which is coming up in July. Attending these events should be a non-negotiable. This weekend, we actually have a super weekend, which is a quarterly event that we have, much smaller local events. But attending all these things have to be a non-negotiable in your business, because I promise you, they are what's going to change you. Because there's going to be times where you're oh, I'm not motivated. Motivation is overrated. It comes back to that discipline and doing the thing, showing up. And when you do, it's just it reinvigorates you. It's that fire. Every time we have an event, it's our team gets so excited. You can see our volume and our commission goes up every time. It's awesome, because that's the power in attending those events. So perfect time to get signed up, because yeah, you can be there this weekend. There ain't no better way to start a coach than freaking attending an event, man. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah. And if anyone's in, we're hoping that the snow doesn't ruin it, but if you're in southeastern Pennsylvania or the surrounding areas, I'll be at the one in Philadelphia with some of my coaches on Sunday. So pray for no snow. But thank you guys so much for taking your time to learn more about what we do. I think our call to action is whoever invited you to this call, even if you're already a coach and you've just maybe been using the discount or you haven't been sure about what to do with your business, reach out to your coach, reach out to the person who invited you to this call immediately after this ends and say, I'm ready. No more excuses. What I would love if my coaches texted me and just said, no more excuses, because that's what I want our year to be. And I want you to prove to yourself what you can accomplish in your health, in your fitness, in your finances. It's okay to talk about money. It's okay to talk about being financially stable and providing more for your family and your life. And yeah, I have a new coach training starting on Monday. There's no better time to sign up. Same thing with Christy, reach out to her if she is your coach or she invited you to this. Stephanie, everyone else who's on the call, we appreciate you. We want you to live your best life, because life goes fast, and we want you to make yours so, so worth it with whatever you do. Christy, anything else?
No, I'm good. I've rambled enough. But thank you guys so much for spending 45 minutes with us. It does mean a lot.
We do appreciate you guys, and we'd love feedback too on the sneak peek. We'll do another one, but this was our first one together, and I was really excited to do it with Christy and her girls. So I think that's it. All right. Thank you. Reach out to us at